The friends and family discount. Everyone wants it, but no one values it. In this video, I'm going to talk about friends and family discount and why you should think about not offering them anymore for your business and what you should do instead. With my business, about once a week, we get a call with something along the lines of, hey, I know the owner of the business. I want to get a quote from you guys. I want you to service me. I've heard great things, but do you offer a friends and family discount? And if you call my business, the answer is always going to be a polite no. Sorry, we do not offer any discounts currently, not a friends and family, nothing like that. But these are our rates. Our guys are awesome. They'll hustle, they'll work hard. These are all the things that we do to provide an awesome service, and these are our fair rates. If you want to get scheduled, you can go ahead and get scheduled. We would love to service you. We'd love to move your home, and we'll go above and beyond for you, but we're not going to lower the rates. Now, that wasn't always the case in my business for the majority of me owning this moving company of mine. That wasn't the case. For the first 2 or 3 years, we would bend over backwards for everyone who called in. People with a new business, a new venture, people tend to try and bargain a little bit more. And people will call in and try to negotiate the rates and, can you do this for X amount? I got this quote, can you match it? Those kinds of things. Like I said, we would just absolutely bend over backwards for people. And a lot of times we would say, yeah, we'll do it for that rate. And, it came down to a few reasons why I did that. I didn't truly understand the finances going into this. And I didn't understand the value of what I was giving away. And I simply was just scared. I was scared that I wouldn't get these jobs, that I would fail if I wasn't taking on all the jobs I could. And it was just a scarcity mindset that there just wasn't people out there who would value my service at full price consistently. So I had to bend over backwards to fill my calendar and put money in my pocket, which I was very wrong on all of those fronts. And the reason that I was prompted to make this video is we got another one of these calls like we do every single week a couple days ago from a woman who I had personally met once about 6 months ago and had, maybe a 1 or 2 minute conversation with her, enough that was like, hey, yeah, I own this company, talked about what she did, and that was it. Haven't talked to her since. Don't even know her last name, but she calls in and says, hey, I'm looking to move. I know the owner. Can I get a discount? She was told no. She was given the rates. It's just so absurd to think like friend and family discount. She met me one time. Like what's even the point of networking if you meet someone one time and now they're considered a friend or family and you're supposed to discount them and basically give your service away for free, which you might not think you're giving away for free, but in a lot of instances you are, or you potentially might even be losing money. Let's do the math a little bit here. Let's say you own a service business and your average job is $500. And someone calls in, they want to get the friends or family discount, and you're like, sure, yeah. Our friends and family discount is 20%. So you'll actually save $100 on your $500 job. Looking at it, you still look at it on face value. You're like, oh, I'm making $400. It's still a good day. But chances are, if you look at it that way, you don't completely understand the finances of what exactly is going on. So effectively, you're giving away 20% of the retail value of your service, and chances are your service business is not earning more than 20% margins at the end of the day, at the end of the year, especially after tax. So giving that 20% discount could potentially wipe away your entire margins. An impeccably ran service business makes about 20% profit margins. I would purchase a service business that makes 20% margins in a heartbeat. My moving company on a good year does about 20. We've done 25% a couple years profit, but that's with such a lean operation. Like there's no, money is getting wasted in nowhere, no way. And my eyes are constantly on the finances and I understand what's going in and out of the company at all times, and we're barely making over 20% on average. Now, most service businesses, I've looked at the financials of a lot of different service businesses, most are not making more than like 12% profit. That's a pretty common, healthy business is 12% profit. So, if you're making 12% profit, your friends and family discount is 20%, that means you're actually losing about $25 in the single day that you were performing that service for the friend in which you're doing the job for. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth it for me in my business and all the assets that I've purchased, the logistics that I put together to hire these people to, have the systems in place to, manage this company, the people who are, booking this job, my name, my reputation, the opportunity cost of other jobs I could be doing today, is that worth the friends and family discount that I'm giving to this customer? And I would be willing to say probably 8 times out of 10, that's a resounding no. And there are certain cases where I think this is totally fine to do. Like if it is a true friend, if it's a buddy who you hang out with, who you're close with, yeah, sure, give them a discount if you want to. Or obviously, family, you can give them discounts as well. Even though I tend to lean more towards, I think a friend or family, if anything, should offer to pay more than what the normal service is, because they understand the work that you're putting into it and the value that's coming out of it. They know that they're going to be treated well by the service. That's personally my opinion. I definitely lean more towards that. If I'm hiring the service or business of someone that I know, I'd be more willing to pay more than trying to negotiate some kind of bargain in order to help them out and just make their margins improve a little bit, make them want to be there. Like, it seems so obvious to help out your friends who own businesses, but that's just the way that I think of it. I don't necessarily have a scarcity mindset in that. So the best thing that you can do when someone calls in, asks for a friend or family discount, is simply say, sorry, we do not offer a friend and family discount at this time, but these are our rates. We do an awesome job. And going back to the discounts that we used to give, like I said, for the first 2-3 years, we were bend over backwards for discounts. And then after that, we just decided to do away with the large discounts, $50 off, $100 off, matching prices, those kinds of things. And then about 4 years in, we did away with all repeat customer discounts because we figured people who are calling back for that are not calling because they get an additional 5% off or whatever. They're calling because we did an awesome job, our service was great, and we deserve to have that second job at full price. Even a 5% cut off the top of revenue makes such a big difference at the end of the year. So really it comes down to just understanding your financials. So many people who run small businesses or service businesses do not understand what's coming in and out of their businesses. And that's the number one thing that I recommend to most small businesses that I talk to is break down your financials, what's coming in, what's coming out. There's some excellent just Google spreadsheets that you can get for free just to dial in what your expenses are and what your revenues are and figure out what you're truly making. And if you're doing the services yourself, figure in what you would be making if you're hiring someone else out. And a lot of times this will be super illuminating on what you actually make, because if you're making 10% margins, which is pretty common, and you're doing the work yourself, there's no way you could hire someone else out and make any profit. You want those margins, if you're doing the work yourself, you want those margins to be 30 to 40% profit at least. And I would look at that as probably healthy enough to start hiring someone else out if you want, or you can just continue doing it by yourself, which can be a totally good business as well, because you don't have to deal with quite as much logistics as far as managing employees and whatnot. But take a look at your finances and really understand what's coming in and out and the impact of even a $50 charge on a single day or a $100 discount or things like that. So what can you do instead of a friends or family discount in order to benefit these friends or acquaintances who want some kind of discount or extra value because they know you or whatever? What I recommend is doing things that you would do for every single customer by going above and beyond for customers. Because here's the thing, a customer or friend or family or whatever is not going to talk about your business because you gave them a 10% discount. That's simply not enough for them to tell their friend because, oh my God, these companies so great, I saved $50. That's just whatever. That's not exciting. That's not enough of a reason to tell a friend, especially because that friend isn't going to get that $50 discount too, because they're not an acquaintance as well. So that doesn't even transfer over to the person that they're telling. So think in terms of what can you do that makes it so it's impossible for them not to talk about your business. And it's something that I've referred to pretty often as customer service gems. And I'll give you a couple examples of this. Back when I would manage my pool route for my pool cleaning business about 5 or 6 years ago, I would look for little things that I could do that would make the customer over time be like, wow, this is a great service. They're doing an awesome job. So even things that were out of the scope of what I was doing. So one thing that I would always look for is if an empty trash can was out on the street. It's trash day, the can's empty. If it was there and I was cleaning their pool that day, I'd bring in their trash can to the side of their house or wherever it goes and just do that for them. And they might not notice every time, but over time, I guarantee they're gonna be like, oh, hey honey, did you take the trash in today? And they'd be like, no, I didn't. Be like, huh, that's strange. Oh, the pool guy was here. I bet he did it. Oh, that's awesome. I can't believe that they did that. That's so nice. Another thing I want to do, because I'm in these people's backyards, a lot of times people had young children and there'd be toys all over the place, and they get in my way anyway. So what I would do is spend like 3 minutes, pick up the toys, put it in the storage bin that they have, and just make it look a little bit nicer, and it'd make my life a little easier because I'm not having to step over pool noodles and stuff like that. And those kinds of things go a long way, because that alone will make someone mention to their friends, this service that I hired, this is what they did. Can you believe that? Like, they don't have to do that, but they did. Another perfect example is my girlfriend, Stacy. She owns a house cleaning business, and she's awesome at this. She's constantly doing customer service things that just wow people, and she gets so many referrals from it. It's just absolutely absurd. But one story that she told me about a week ago is she was cleaning for this client who she's cleaned for a few times. She's pretty connected, and it's gave her some referrals in the past, which is awesome. The client was at the home. She has like a young kid. She has a dog that is running around making a mess out of everything. And she mentioned how later on in that day, she had to throw away the couch because the dog peed on it like so many times that it was basically useless. She had to bring it out to the street for a bulk trash pickup. Later on, that woman had to go run some errands while my girlfriend was there still cleaning. And as soon as she left, they were like, we're gonna take that couch out for her. So they took it upon themselves to take that couch, bring it out to the street, clean the whole area around it. How when you move furniture, then there's some like grime, in the area, clean that whole area around it. And then she came back from running errands, and she was just absolutely floored that they did that for him. She was like, what the heck, like who does that? That's the kind of thing that you want your customer to think, because then she went on to make a Facebook post about how awesome that they were, that they went above and beyond and did this. And literally the same day, a realtor called Stacy and said, hey, one of my friends mentioned something about your business. That's awesome. Like I'm a real estate agent, and I'm regularly getting cleanings done for the houses that we show. Would you be able to clean a house on Saturday? And she immediately got a job from that, from someone who potentially wants jobs all the time, just because she spent like 4 minutes going above and beyond and just doing something that isn't expected of her. So just those little customer service gems pay way bigger dividends than a discount ever could, because just people simply do not value the discount nearly as much as they should, at how much that affects your bottom line, affects your business, the value you're truly giving. People just don't have the respect for discounts that they should. And really the customers and the people who only want services at the cheapest price aren't the customers that you generally want anyways. Chances are you're not like a bulk player whose play is to get as many customers as possible at the cheapest price possible. Chances are you own a business that you want to be one of the highest priced competitors in the industry that you're in, and you want to earn money from every single customer and come home at the end of the day a little bit better than you were yesterday. So I say do away with discounts, do away with the friends and family referral discounts, operate your business with healthier margins, take a look at your financials, understand where you're really at, and that's about all for now. Hope you have a profitable day. Thanks.